Have you ever really wondered what it actually feels like to have $1 million? Or, I don't know, 10 million? What about having absolutely nothing? We're talking about net worth today. Everything you own minus everything you owe. And let me tell you, it is a journey that completely transforms your stress, your freedom, and your whole outlook on life. So today, we're gonna climb that net worth ladder from 0 all the way to 100 million to really understand the human experience at every single rung. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, just look at these two realities. On one side, you've got that pit in your stomach, that gut-wrenching stress of living right on the edge, where just one flat tire could throw your whole month into chaos. And on the other side, a reality where any desire, a last-minute trip, helping out a family member, it's just handled. No second thought. The gap between these two worlds, it's not just about the money. It is completely emotional, it's psychological. So that's the real question we're digging into here. Let's forget the spreadsheets and the financial plans for a minute. What is the lived human experience of going from pure survival mode to absolute freedom? Let's start climbing. All right, this first phase, man, it's often the hardest part of the entire journey. It's the climb out of a financial hole and into that first little glimmer of stability. This is where the battle is really fought, day in and day out. You know, life at zero or even negative net worth, it's like you're under a constant mental siege. Your brain is just stuck in survival mode. Every single trip to the grocery store becomes a complex math problem. And that stress, it just bleeds into everything, doesn't it? It strains your relationships, and it makes it almost impossible to think about anything beyond next month's bills. The fear is so real. But this is also where the comeback story begins. It all starts with some serious discipline. And then they arrive. The first tastes of real freedom, grocery freedom. You know that moment you can actually fill your cart without having a low-key panic attack? That is the first real breath of fresh air. Then comes restaurant freedom, where you can say yes to dinner with friends without that feeling of guilt. Your whole mindset starts to shift from defense to offense. You're not just surviving anymore, you're actually starting to build something. But right here, this is where the biggest trap in this whole phase shows up: lifestyle creep. As you start making more money, it's so tempting to spend more on a nicer car, a bigger apartment, you name it. And it feels like you're making progress, but this is the number one thing that keeps so many people stuck right here, preventing them from ever reaching that next major milestone. And avoiding that trap is just so critical because that next milestone, well, it's a big one. It's a number that has this almost mythical status in our culture. So let's take a look at what actually happens when you finally cross that line. There it is. $1 million. For so many people, this is the goal, the finish line, the moment your life is supposed to just change forever. But you know what? The reality is often very different from the dream. This is the surprisingly common reaction that so many new millionaires have. Seriously, there are no fireworks, there's no sudden transformation. Your day-to-day life, it looks pretty much the same. You still have to do the laundry, you still have to take out the trash. This anticlimactic feeling is so normal because the real change isn't about what you can suddenly buy. So here's the absolute key. The true power of that first million isn't about buying things. It's about buying optionality. It's the freedom to make choices based on what you want to do, not what you have to do. You can finally quit that job you hate. You can take a real risk and start that business you've been dreaming about. It's a safety net that gives you the power to completely redesign your life's path, if you want to. And once you've unlocked that optionality, the entire game changes. So let's keep moving up the ladder and see how this builds into true independence. Because as you climb past that first million, the nature of your freedom and your problems starts to shift in a really dramatic way. Now, in this $1 to $10 million range, you hit what we call true financial independence. Your investments are generating enough passive income to cover your entire lifestyle. Work really becomes a choice, not a necessity. And this is where you realize your most valuable asset isn't your money anymore, it's your time. But of course, a new level means a new challenge. Suddenly, friends and family might start seeing you as a solution to their money problems. And that creates some really complex, tricky situations. Okay, so once you cross that $10 million mark and start heading towards $100 million, you've entered a whole new reality. As you can see here, money has now solved all of your money problems. Rent, bills, emergencies, gone. But it replaces them with a brand new and honestly a much more complex set of existential problems. Questions like, who can I actually trust?
Or what's my real purpose now? Or how on earth do I raise kids who aren't entitled? Those become the things that keep you up at night. So after this whole journey, from zero to what feels like an infinite amount of money, what's the big takeaway? What's the surprising truth? Well, it might not be what you think. Yeah, research and just countless stories show us that money has diminishing returns on happiness. Look at this. That leap from being broke to being able to cover your basic needs, it has a massive impact on your well-being. The next jump, to being comfortable, still pretty significant. But the leap from wealthy to ultra-wealthy, it adds surprisingly little to your actual day-to-day happiness. The curve just flattens right out.
And that leads to the brutal truth of it all. This journey isn't just about money, it's a journey of personal growth. At every single stage, you have to become a different version of yourself to succeed. Escaping zero? That takes raw, brute force discipline. Reaching that first million requires long-term vision. And managing true, massive wealth? That requires a deep sense of wisdom to handle all its complexities. So ultimately, the journey of building wealth forces you to face a much deeper question. Money is a tool. It's a very powerful and effective tool for solving problems that are caused by a lack of money. But once those problems are solved, you're left with, well, everything else. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, what problems are you truly trying to solve?